Welcome to another episode of the After the Whistle podcast. My name is Smyly and I'm joined by Van Gelder. Not really much of a full house today, but still a lot to talk about. So we'll jump right into it.
No, welcome me. No, basically, I'm doing. No, make
I
I
don't get anything
give some
ask you. I don't
initial
care how
thoughts.
you're doing. I don't care how you're doing. I don't have any. I don't care like how you did.
With
You
this
know
kind
my
of
boy
hatred, you
said.
yourself, I not say you then God get beef. But with this kind of hatred, where they make people go heaven.
No be me I born you. So the poor make them born you. Me them can ask you how they do. Me I don't get anything ask you. So let's just jump right into it. So, in the biggest sporting news of the weekend, we saw the culmination of a sports event that has captivated the hearts of many people around the globe over the past couple of weeks. And in the final, that produced a result that not many people were expecting. Yannick Sinner beat Carlos Alcaraz in the final of Wimbledon. Charlie, it was an amazing final. Like, honestly, over the weekend, nothing else really important happened. That was really just the only serious thing that happened. So, yeah, my heart is hurting a little bit because Novak Djokovic is looking very weathered now, Charlie. Right now, he refuses the fan belt tier and things, but how you go do? I'm like, age catches up with everybody. But
Shout out
yeah,
to Kumo.
also, shout out to Kumu. But yeah, also,
Hey,
I've been asked.
make a comment for that thing top. I know, make a comment. Today be me that you, but why they won't do like we get there for 2 minutes and we go end there, we go out? Why? Make a comment. I
Comment.
want to shout out to Kumo because Oluman in fanbelt, fanbelt make lose. But yeah, I mean, it was very impressive display by Sinner. He showed a certain level of focus, willingness, application, and just such a strong mentality. Having lost just recently to this same guy in Alcaraz, right? And somebody put out a tweet that said that I think perfectly sounds like it. They said Alcaraz, if he makes serious more, then he won't do playful this thing, he won't play small. But you can see that Sinner be them people some if then they can't school, then attacking already. Then they wear white socks, then polish them a black shoe, then kind of things. Serious person with life and everything. He doesn't have time for games. And it's a very interesting mix because I've never seen the most I've never seen somebody whose name doesn't sound Italian but it is Italian and whose first language is German. Me, I don't see some people.
He doesn't
If
even
you
look
tell me say that
Italian
guy be
too.
Swedish or something, I go agree. I go take him like that. I never go take say he be Italian.
He looks
But some way
Irish.
somehow he's an Italian. Some way somehow he's an Italian and he's won. And that it was a very impressive display, especially having to do sort of like a comeback. Losing the first set and then just coming back and just slapping Alcaraz. And it's no mean feat because Alcaraz is really really good, a very good tennis player, and I hope that both of them can keep playing at this high level, just not get injured and all of those things, so that we can get that duopoly sort of a thing going again. Because in those days when my boy Rafa Nadal was up against, the respectable gentleman Roger Federer, it was a very fantastic time. You knew that those two men, on any given day, you are watching the best form of high quality tennis that you can ever get, right? And then some imposter we can pass through, it can't spoil everything just to do whatever he did. Like that. But so yeah, now that his time is almost up and he's exiting, I'm glad to see that there are younger tennis players who are serious, unlike all those other people, Zverev and all them people who are not serious with life. But two tennis players who are very serious, who are committed to the craft, who play really, really well. And whenever they meet, we know that it's a very good matchup and we are going to enjoy some high quality tennis. It's good to have good quality tennis back on our screens, and long may it continue. I'm just happy that at least now we have another duopoly building, and it's not like it doesn't have like that kind of animosity or anything. They're just two very good players, and whenever they meet, they both want to compete and win, and so whoever wins is the best on the day, and then they move on to the next. So long may it continue. Of course, as a Nadal fan, it's very natural that I've evolved into an Alcaraz fan. But yeah, I hope that my boy next time, if he catch Senna, he go make it not say God they give deliverance, so you know for 10 Senna.
So anyway, in other minor news that happened over the weekend,
Mm,
Chelsea Football Club won the Donald Trump Invitational Trophy played
mm,
in America over the past couple of weeks. A trophy that was heavily sponsored by Saudi Arabia, probably used to funnel funds into certain clubs. I don't know. That's just what the streets are saying. I'm just
mm,
echoing what I've heard. So yeah, Chelsea won a tiny trophy in America, a country that calls it soccer. So I don't even know whether you can put too much value on such a trophy win. So honestly, if you ask me, it's a sad day for football because
mm,
anytime two oil money clubs who basically financially doped themselves to get to where they are meet in the final, I'm sure the football gods cry all over the world because this is not what they envisioned for the sport. This is not what they expected the sport to become. They always wanted a level playing field, being full of clubs that have pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, just having healthy competition, no unfair advantage or anything. But Charlie, life there so a day. One thing I've learned over the weekend is that a lot of times evil triumphs over good. So with that being said, Vangelda, how do you feel about your club
Well,
winning a trophy that had Donald Trump featuring heavily in your trophy celebrations? Such a stain and insult and spit on the good name of football.
first of all, I have no idea why that man was there. But clearly, that's very Trumpian, isn't it? He likes things and he likes to be the center of attention. And I won't be shocked if he does the same thing next year at the FIFA World Cup, right? Anyway, I'm just glad that my club is playing in a FIFA approved tournament. One that is actually all the best teams in the world who have won trophies in their continents and are regarded highly as continental champions come together to battle it out so we can find who the best club in world football is.
Point of
And that we don't have to
correction, not
engage
every
in
club is a
Thailand.
continental champion. Which Benfica, then Red Bull, Salzburg, and since which they're the champion of which continent?
The champions of Austria and the champions of Portugal, respectively. Right?
Sporting Lisbon is the champion
On
of Portugal.
put some respect on their name. Okay, put some respect on their name. You
Carry
see,
on with
we
it.
are playing in a FIFA approved tournament. We don't have to play Thailand 11 to make 40 pesos. We don't have to play against Mongolia 16 just to make 80 CDs so that we can pay our staff and things. By the way, I hear my church is organizing a tournament. The winner takes £10,000. So if Manchester United is, you know, interested, I know you guys are hard for cash. We'll be happy to have you in the invitation. And of course, if you win, you can take the 10,000. But at every point in time, just for participating is £500. We can pay you that and help you out. All right. But in any case, if you've not heard it and you live under a rock and you want to be like Smyly and pretend like it doesn't matter, Chelsea are world champions. And it's a fantastic day to be a Chelsea fan. I don't know what these other clubs who were not good enough to make it there feel about themselves and why they think that their opinions of making it, oh, it's too small, this is a glorified preseason friendly and whatnot. I don't know why you think your opinions matter. FIFA, the governing body of world football, says this is their biggest club competition. And all those other ones that you won are called the Intercontinental Cups. So Chelsea are the only club that have ever won the FIFA Club World Cup and are world champions for the next 4 years. You must be ready to absorb whatever that means. You must be ready to address us as such, whether we win or we lose or we draw or we don't win any trophy between now and the 2029. We are still world champions and will be the first ever club to have won the Club World Cup. If you get your football up and you actually make some signings and don't spend 84 years negotiating for one player, you might actually win some things called trophies. And when you do, you might play in those competitions. Or if you actually play football and score goals, and don't say, oh, I was good because I had better XG than the team that actually won the match. You will progress, and then you will win things called trophies. And those trophies will allow you to also feature in this prestigious tournament. I hear that all the footballing bodies across the galaxy are coming together to put a competition, and Chelsea has to represent Earth. So, what shall we say? What shall we do? If you are the best team in the world, what more can one say? What more can one do? I feel bad for you because it's really a bad day to be a Chelsea hater. And you see, the good thing is we didn't do it by beating a flimsy team. We beat the best team, the supposed best team in the world. We didn't just beat them; we battered them. and everybody that was watching could not believe their eyes. Could you believe your eyes? No, you couldn't. We're like, huh? What's going on here? What's happening? And because we are a team full of children of God, we actually won. We beat them so badly, their manager started throwing hands on our players. If you can't win by tactics, when I was a kid, they used to say something on the pitches of Adabraka. If you miss the ball, don't miss the idiots. That's exactly what Luis Enrique was doing. And I understand why when he interviewed for the Chelsea job, we had to pass him up. If this is the kind of attitude a manager brings when he loses a very important final, I don't think we won that in the great establishment Chelsea Football Club, world champions. So thank you for, acknowledging it. Thank you for seeing it. It is a fact, whether I like it or not. The badge is on our jersey. And for the next 4 years, every time we meet you and you have the honor of sharing the pitch with us, you will see it. Big, golden, world champions, FIFA. This is not some small Obahima Ijewa Cup where you put the play for them Thailand. So say you go gather some small coins, take buy boots, fix your leaks. No be that one some. No be that one some. This is real, tangible competitions handled by FIFA. You wait fast if then get like them go do some bad. They don't have the facilities for that. So what do I know? Anyway, back to you.
Like I said, it's a sad weekend for football. It's been just a sad weekend for football. And when you talk about FIFA sanctioned tournaments, FIFA is widely acknowledged as one of the most corrupt institutions in this globe. So if FIFA sanctions something, it is no justification or proof or evidence of anything except that a corrupt institution has sanctioned something. So congratulations on a corrupt institution giving you some sort of validation. You've done well.
It is a governing body of world football. If you subscribe to football, whether it's a corrupt institution or not, whether they take money from Saudi Arabia or from Qatar, whether they are close to people from Egypt or they are close to people from Nicaragua, they are the only people that can bring all the teams across the world. And I must say that Chelsea are truly world champions. Because when I look back on this season, we played all manner of teams in all manner of places. We went to Kazakhstan. Do you know the way to Kazakhstan? You don't even know the place. We played a team called Noah, who are now our boys, but they shout out FC Noah and FC Servette. Those are our boys. You don't know them, but what do we know? Never discount the friends you make along on the journey. We went high and low, mountains and valleys. Sometimes we had to play in places that were dangerous. Like when we went to play with Legia Warsaw. Dangerous place. But you go there, you do your job, and you come back home. All manner of places. And it's so fitting that after going through the whole world and playing all manner of teams in all manner of places, overcoming all manner of adversity, we come and meet the supposed best team in the world. And it wasn't even a contest. Everybody said Chelsea had the weakest route to the Club World Cup final. I can tell you on authority that the final was the easiest game we played in this tournament. It was far easier than Flamengo, which we lost. It was far easier than Fluminense. It was far easier than Palmeiras, where our own new star boy Esteval even scored against us. It was even easier than Los Angeles FC that we played against, and it was almost on par with how we played against Esperance de Tunis. So it wasn't an easy ride here, but we are grateful to God that we got the easiest final ever, and that means that we are the best team in the world. Whether you choose to accept it or not, whether you like it or not, whether it's a good day or a bad day, that those opinions are like noses, and everybody has one. The fact is that Chelsea is the best team in club football, and will remain so for 4 years. When you win yours, then you come and chat to us, yeah? Okay. You can continue.
Okay. So,
Mm.
like, the people who think that, like, when like a result that I'm not too happy with happens, like, you think that I'm the type of person who you go fit call me then laugh plus me, oh so the Chelsea won, oh Man United lost, that kind of thing. See, I don't be like, I don't know what about me has given people the impression that I no be sore loser. Like, I no go laugh plus you. I no, like, I no want share any call. I no go pick your call. Like, make you no call me because I no get anything positive tell you. So I don't know why every time, like, since yesterday, like, I get like 5 calls from Chelsea fans. I don't answer one safe. Like, I don't know why they call me and they try like laugh plus me. Oh, Chelsea win. And they say, oh, then I just go laugh small. Then we just go discuss the matches. I don't go discuss anything plus yourself. I don't want to hear anything about them. So, like, make you know things say me, I no be sore loser or something. I'll be the worst sore loser ever. So I beg, make you know it. Take that thing from
are
your.
you worse than than Luis Enrique? He said he's not a loser, by the way. He's a runner up. So hey, what can we do? If you lose, you can ascribe to
You
yourself
caught
anything you like.
you caught a depleted team on their worst day, a team that was missing
Is
their
it?
best player. So
Who's their best player, by the way? Just
no
checking.
Pacho.
Pacho. Oh,
Pacho
it's unfortunate. We would like to play them when Pacho is there, and I don't think the results will be any different. But that's traffic.
best player, but I will how we go do them. So yeah, me honestly, like, I wish I had anything positive to say, but I have nothing to say. Like,
Did
as
you
best,
did
I
you
go fit
enjoy the
talk
game
say
at least? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy
I didn't
it?
enjoy it. I didn't
Did
enjoy
you
it. It was
enjoy
a
it?
very terrible game, personally. If I
How
if there's anything positive I want to say, maybe the weather was very nice at the stadium. The
mm,
turnout was very good. The
did
pitch
you enjoy
seemed
the
okay.
halftime show? It was really nice.
The
Terms and things.
performances were terrible. Terrible
Oh,
performances.
Coldplay was
It
there.
might
Oh.
be the I think it might be the worst halftime show I've ever watched in my life.
Is it?
I don't think there are any major positives to take away from the game, but how we would do already the Americanization of the sports, it is spoil
Yeah,
everything for
I
me because
think that announcement of players then the ball, wow, that thing.
I think the players purposely made like a conscious effort not to seem
They were
enthused by
happy
that whole thing.
because
Yeah,
they were
like,
annoyed. Let us just come and stand there and start the game, man.
like, you could see the PSG players in particular, like, them all squeezed on my face. You can see that, like, it was intentional. They were trying not to seem happy or anything about that whole thing. So maybe that
Yeah.
one if we affect
Do you
them
reckon
mentally
the
going
World
into
Cup
the game.
next year they'll probably do the same thing at the World
Yeah,
Cup?
because basically this tournament was like a test run for the World Cup. Like, they
Mm,
were trialing everything they are going to do for the World Cup. So I know the
mm,
halftime show is going to be present definitely. Maybe the calling out the players and stuff thing, that one might be tentative. It might happen, it might not happen. But the halftime
uh-huh.
show definitely is going to happen. So I don't know, but the whole Americanization of the sport is not something that sits well with me. I mean, we already had a pre-match show for these tournaments, which is fine for me. But halftime show there, like, is stretching it too much for me. So I don't know, like, there's just too much going on. Plus, these whole new rules that are also coming up in the upcoming season, like halftime interviews for the players, touchline interviews for substituted
Yeah, I think
players.
it's not great. Like if then they score me like the way then we they score PSG by halftime, where you try you see the no PSG player do the interview, they go load you blow massa you
Like,
But I hear the
Like
Premier League wants to start doing that next year. I mean,
yeah,
what I
they're going
want
to
to,
do. That's even where I heard the news that they're going to start doing touchline interviews and stuff.
I mean, to me, the only people I want to hear are referees. It be them way we won't hear why it be penalty clear, I pay the no take. That be what me I
I
want
mean,
here.
that's one positive thing that I think I'll take out. It's not like I'm against
Our referees
everything, but
gonna
at
be
least just
interviewed as well.
I don't know about that, but I know like for this tournament, when there's a decision there and the referee goes to
Referee
VAR,
announces it.
he
I'll be
comes
very
and he
glad if they
announces.
can
I
do
think
that
that
next
one is
season.
yeah, because that one it gives more transparency to the decisions and stuff. And anything that gives the referees more accountability, I'm
We are
for
all
it
for.
because
Mhm,
referees are shielded way too much. So that's one thing that I'm okay with.
mhm,
But yeah,
mhm.
I think like I said last week, the tournament in general, it was a good tournament. Seeing clubs from different continents
It
playing
was
each other,
very good.
seeing how they match up against each other, it was generally a good thing to see. And even though
We
again,
made
like I
some
said
good friends
last week,
along the way, and we made some enemies too. Like Flamengo, them then they can't call we landing blue. We win finish, then can't tweet congratulations to Chelsea. Shout out to the Chelsea Twitter or X admin because he can't tweet Chelsea not landing blue anymore. We and them no get so. Then they
keep
want
the
and push
same
we.
energy.
Then they want and push we. Where Noah then Sevete say, oh, then they want join. Like I say, hey, the group chat we close them. Three clubs where we did there. Noah, Chelsea, then Sevete. The only person we go add with FC Astana. It will then be one of other boys. One of boys with this, we will get group. Make nobody try we again. When I not try we again. Hmm? Them Flamengo people, they then the bomb me. You the score we finish, then they chat anyhow. We don't go meet Palmeiras and Fluminense now. Oh, can you do us a favor? I mean, because we are Chelsea, we do favors to clubs, but we didn't do it because we like them. Oh. Make them not try like act like them. We wanna boys, then we them get so keep the same energy. The fine landing blue. Make can't tweet one a name again. Keep our names out of your mouth. Finish. We them no get so. But yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. But do you want to
So
talk
in
about
some,
do you want to talk about the football though?
I mean, yes, Chelsea played better than expected. Most people were expecting them to be steamrolled in the final,
But
especially
why though?
after.
Like, wait,
I mean,
why?
you see, I think there are a lot of things that deceive people into thinking differently because
Mm,
in the end, the Real Madrid result, it's a bit deceptive because Real Madrid are basically a team in transition.
mhm,
They are also missing players in key positions. There are a lot of
mhm.
areas that they are yet to strengthen. So beating Real Madrid in a game like this, yes, no matter what, beating Real Madrid is always a good thing. But
Yes.
I think it overestimated PSG in everybody's eyes. I mean, PSG
Mhm,
is a great team. No doubt on their road to winning the Champions League. They beat almost all the big boys and they beat everybody decisively. They're beating people
mhm.
4-0, 5-0, big
It
boys.
wasn't
So
close,
like in
basically.
the end it's understandable. Yeah. But again, in this tournament, I think Chelsea have played better than people give them credit for. I think the Flamengo defeat the same way the Real Madrid victory for PSG bloated PSG's image in people's eyes. It's the same way the Flamengo defeat also dampened Chelsea's image in people's eyes. So I think after that, people just wrote Chelsea off completely. I don't think people were tipping them to win it in any case already, but that one just made people think that okay, this team they're no
Mm.
good fit. But again, they were lucky to
I
be on an
remember.
easy
I
side of the
remember
draw
when.
and everything.
I remember when Opta predicted that Chelsea will win, and the way people diss Sky Sports were dissing Opta, were dissing all manner of persons. Look, there are very few teams in this football world and in my small life of being a football fan that I will write off when the whole world is against them. There are very, 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 very few teams. One of them is Arsenal Football Club. But apart from them, Chelsea is the one club you actually do not write off. When you see everybody saying, Chelsea, this one, they go score them, they go steamroll them, they go do this, they go do that. That's the day that if you're a person that takes bets, you take your money and then you go the opposite direction and say, I'm betting behind Chelsea. Because there's nothing within our history that suggests that when the world is against us, We, Chelsea Football Club, according to Flamengo, London Blue, champions of the world. There's absolutely nothing in our history that suggests that when the world is against us, that is the day we fumble. Impossible. Then it's not Chelsea Football Club. Impossible. Impossible.
The fact that you bring up betting stuff, it really trigger me because you know.
If you miss me, like I'm gonna tell you for free.
So this entire tournament, I'm not even open any betting websites. The entire tournament, I'm not open any betting websites. This final pair, I see the odds and things. I say, nah, make a bet PSG them are back. I put 500 CDs, and then you know what they pay? The odd for PSG be 1.70. So then I said, nah, this one I want double the money. I don't want get just like 70%. I want double the money fully. So I also go add, the women's AFCON is also going on. When Nigeria they play against Algeria women. When Nigeria them are odds be like 1.30, Algeria women be like 14. So I also add Nigeria to them. So say it will be around 2.0. It was 2 point something. So say I put a 500 for top. I will get some 1,100. Both Chelsea win. Algeria women also draw. So the two best odds
You take that money, bet Black Queens self. Like maybe you go for win something. Then if they do play 1-1 halftime against Tanzania. But at the end of the day, you see, I don't know why people do this all the time. Let's recount it. Munich 2012. Home team, FC Bayern Munich. In their stadium, with their fans, without our captain, and some of our key players like Mike Lisian and things. We played Mikel Obi in central midfield that day, and we played Ryan Bertrand, the left back, at left wing that day. Glory. 2021, Chelsea versus Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. This is peak Man City. This is not Abontre Busunya, that's Man City, the one way Hilal and everybody they score them right now. No be that one. No. Peak Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne, Kun Aguero, all those people. They've won the Premier League, coming on a high. In Estadio de Dragao in Porto. Everybody just said, oh, it's gonna be the end. Oh my days. Chelsea Football Club, they're dead. Them dead. Every the time we wear this jersey. I hate him right now, but Kai Havertz. Bro, we walked up to that final with a front three of Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, and Pulisic. Actually, no. Even Pulisic said he come on after. I forget who said be wanna right winger.
Was it Mason Mount?
We walked up to that final with Mason Mount as a winger. Edward Mendy in goal. Ben Chilwell left back. In like 30 minutes, our defensive maestro, O Monstro, I salute you, sir. Thiago Silva injury, Kune, he left. Then we carry academy boy, Christensen, can't play center back. Christensen and Buriga. Our right back that day was our captain. What's his name? What be his name? Cesar Azpilicueta. I don't think you will deep the club that you will choose to hate. You go feel hate we. Look, if you know the one make we win the cup, just make sure they go come out we like quarterfinal, round of 16, that side. Then you go feel laugh we. But if you make mistake and you let Chelsea Football Club get to that final, the matter if you be under 12 Chelsea, then they play. From under 12 straight to men's team, the senior team where then they play right now. The second youngest squad in this Club World Cup, the youngest team in last season's Premier League. If it be them safe, if we see that trophy is going back to SW6.
Let me just make a small clarification. If they chat these things to people, Man United will take them on top because we are the last team to beat people in the European final. So you go fit go and do this all.
That was our first. Make I tell you. That was our first European final. After we lost that final, we've not lost another European final ever since.
No, I
Anybody
don't
with the cash
care.
for the final, yeah, we go. We they make them if right
No,
you
no
self, I don't know why
problem.
they argue
No,
plateau. So when you go
no
sign him,
problem. Cha! See, uh,
see,
so you,
wait, make her finish. Make her finish. See, if I don't get it, me, then I guess more of him like, oh, this is Chelsea, we go show something. It won't be as easy as everybody said it. The moment I knew we will win this cup was when the lineup came and Chelsea fans started complaining. Why is James in the middle? Why are you playing Malo Gusto? Why are you not playing Andre Silva? I said, we win the cup, be that. We win the cup, be that. And from minute one, the so-called best team in the world. Bro, they were so confused. Like at some point, like I felt bad for them. At some point, bro, if it be that, you see that picture where Jordan gets some drip, where then they try give him series or Don Simon or whatever, it's enough small, you check like the bed, this is at the next they give. Bro, that drip self, be the way we did them connect up, then that drip self, be tight enough. Bro, from minute one, where the thing where they ball me while, and I'm saying this for Kawawa. We start second half, then they do that a gimmick thing. Then them will go throwing. We do now where we just do bomb go them aside. Can't press make we see. Siafo. I think the game was fantastic. Anybody that tries to pretend as if, and I mean, like, it's fine if you are jealous that Chelsea won and whatever. It's perfectly fine. It's understandable. You don't like my club. I don't like your club. That's fine. But anybody that tries to say PSG didn't want it, or PSG were off, or PSG didn't, Masa, if they didn't want it, like my coach no go throw hands at the end of the game. Everybody was talking about that midfield. I wish Corey was here today. See that midfield we play yesterday. Real technicians, not be electricians, then people then they wear Timberland and things. Not be them people. This is a real midfield. Midfield, one midfield go red card. Vitinha at some point, Kopama give him face shot. He passing head inside. They watch the guy. No, he shaking head. They said no. This guy is not a human being. The ball we play yesterday, and I'm so proud and happy for certain people. Number one, Enzo Fernandez. Make that guy where they calculate in winning percentage, make it come to the front of the class. Make it can calculate E2 in trophy percentage. Make it put down, make we see something. Enzo Fernandez. That guy was the shift that he put in yesterday. And I don't even know why anybody was thinking about the fact that midfield that PSG has will better Chelsea's midfield. When all round across the competition, in terms of, if you compare Enzo to Vitinha, and Enzo has been the better player. If you compare, as was Joao Neves against Caicedo, it's a disrespect to Caicedo. It's actually a disrespect to Caicedo. Go tell those boys in red that if your DM they fly 2 free kicks, maybe that could give you trophy. Go tell those people. If your midfielder, he give 2 free kicks, so that's why it be good. That not be why. That not be how we they win trophy. Make them make serious. Make them start to buy electricians for that my team inside. Make them start to buy electricians. Make them write real technicians. People wave then get a ball. You say, oh yeah, Bema, Beji. And you know the worst part about this? All our best players have 10 years contracts. So if you want buy them, go Palmer, 400 million. Or resumes there, no official. Best right back in the world. It's not even close.
You know, be here, they come do accounting for your players. You spent enough time on Chelsea.
At the time, wait. The time when Mason Mount left Chelsea Football Club, we just put out a tweet. If you have to beg them to build or carry the blocks with you, then they are not the ones to build with you. Since that guy left, he no play 30 matches. He played 30 matches for Man United. He played 30 matches for Man United. Well, you know the worst part of all of this? You pay with 52 million. Where that clause where he say if you go final. I remember when we saw them and somebody wrote an article saying that if Chelsea gets the add-ons, it means that Man United are doing better than Chelsea. Wow. What a day to be alive. We can't collect that 3 million cooler because you catch that final where he plays some.
Please.
We can't collect that money. Where that money we take pay the FFP thing with the UEFA. You see? So at the end of the day, the game was just so fantastic. We matched PSG tactically, in fact, psychologically, it wasn't even we were just over them. Physically, they weren't close. And this is what Enzo Maresca is. This is phase one Enzo Maresca, as Arsenal fans love to say. He's a world champion. And he'll be the world champion for 4 years. If he like make no win any trophy for the next 4 years. It's impossible because actually we are addicted to trophies. We've won two in 60 days. Wow, what a club.
In other major news that happened over the past week, Mohammed Kudus has signed for Tottenham Hotspur. The announcement video was actually a very good announcement video. I feel good announcement videos are a dying art, probably because Man United were the kings of announcement videos, and now we lose our ginger. So everybody knows
how you lose your ginger. If you say if you sign players, or if you say if you do the videos, or them sack the guy and they do the videos.
in the combination of all of them, they sack the guy when you do the videos. The fans too right now. If you sign player, we don't feel anything, like we be dead goats. So
but why don't you feel anything? The copium see Arsenal fans then sign Gyökeres. See the way that my eye gets. They
finished second the last three. At the very least, they finished second the last 3 seasons or something. So they have more to be optimistic. They have much. We have 15th. What, like if they tell me the second on the minutes, if they are 15th way, they tell me the second on the minutes. Like how you expect to react to them?
The signing you make where you give up number 10, it comes from 16th to 15th.
So Mohammed Kudus signed for Tottenham over the past few days.
Yeah.
Since Kudus is probably like the prince of Ghanaian football right now, it's a major thing for us. And at the moment, if you're looking at Ghanaian players playing at the highest level, we have Thomas Partey was just released by Arsenal for reasons which we cannot go too much into. So now, if you think about it, Kudus is now going to be the Ghanaian player playing at the highest level in terms of the level of his club and everything. So it's a huge move. And it's funny because his West Ham time has been a bit hot and cold. His first season was very good. His second season was very bad. But it looks really like he's failed upwards. Underwhelming. But it looks like he's failed upwards because he's moved from West Ham to Tottenham for an even bigger fee that he signed for West Ham for.
Did he really fail upwards?
From West Ham to Tottenham is an upward movement. Like that one is not
the only upward movement that I see in there is that you move from East London to North London. That's the upward way I see.
He's going to play in the Champions League. Remember that,
bro. Let's just take a moment and really look at this holistically. This is a club that if they hadn't won this Europa League, they hadn't won a trophy since 2008. And then they just happened to meet the worst Man United team since the history of Man United. And then they fluked a 1-0 win and then they won. Great day for them, their first European trophy or their second or whatever it is. But do you realistically see them winning more trophies from here?
Whether I see them winning more trophies from here or not, Tottenham is a bigger club than West Ham.
West Ham fans might not agree with that,
I mean, that one it not be for them to agree or not. As Tottenham, they talk about them, they've not won a trophy in there. West Ham, the most recent trophy they win, it not be that your Conco trophy you win this season where they take the step. And before that, when was the last trophy you won? I honestly can't remember. Probably decades. So, like, if you're going the trophy avenue, Tottenham is like, regardless of where Tottenham are, they are still notch above West Ham. If it comes to fan base, Tottenham has a bigger fan base. If it comes to stadium, Tottenham has a bigger stadium. So like on what metric can you use to decide that they're even on the same level?
I
Like
just don't think. I just don't think. Look, it's a fantastic move for Mo Kudus because if he succeeds at Tottenham, that means two things. One, he's won trophies, and more importantly, he's been part of the core of people that have brought Tottenham back from wherever it was to wherever it is they're going. Tottenham have never been great, but what do I know, right? So that is the upside, and he gets another move out to probably a Liverpool or something because I genuinely think the Chelsea boat is sailed, right? Chelsea did want him, but I personally didn't want him. Not because he's not a good player. I just didn't see where he was going to play. We are too rich in where he usually functions. And it's not a knock on Kudus' ability or anything like that. It's just at a point for talent to flourish, you can't put too many good players of the same ilk in the same position and just stockpile them. Somebody will fall through the cracks, and it will hurt me that it will be more Kudus that we will do that to, right? So maybe a club like Tottenham is good for him in the grand scheme of things, in that he will get playing time because Kulusevski can't stay fit. So we know that right hand side he can make it his, or he could even take over the 10 over James Maddison. Right? So there are variants of positions that he can play within Tottenham. But then Tottenham have signed him, and within 24 hours have also potentially completed the deal for Morgan Gibbs-White. So how does that work? Do you see what I mean?
I mean, I honestly like I get what you mean because me the thing that I'm not too comfortable with about this move as a Ghanaian fan is that it's a little similar to what he went to meet at West Ham. I remember when he first moved to West Ham, we were having a conversation over here about where he's going to play. And everybody was obviously talking from emotions and saying, Kudus better pass Bowen, Kudus better pass Paqueta, he go play like that kind of thing. But realistically, like it's not just about talent, it's about effectiveness. If you ask me, yes, Kudus is a more talented player, at least than Bowen. I don't know about Paqueta, but at least Bowen is a more talented player. But in terms of what a manager would want from his players, Bowen would give his manager probably more from his position than what Kudus would, at least in the short term. Bowen is like a manager's dream. Tell him to do this, you do that, and he's going to give you high production. Kudus is still he's still a bit of a raw entity who is still like yet to reach where he's supposed to reach. So he can be a frustrating player for a manager to have. So before the West Ham move, we had this conversation and everybody was saying that he could play here, he could play here. In the end, we saw that particularly in the second season, he was shifted to the left, which was a very awkward fit for him because the way he plays, left-footed player playing on the left wing these days is not something that really works out too much. So we saw how that turned out. And West Ham also had a very terrible season. So like it was just a bad season all around. So now he's come to Tottenham where it's a bit of a similar situation where you're going to compete with Kulusevski. Like you said, he has his injury problems. But when he's fit, he's one of their best players, if not their best attacker right now, because Son has fallen off ever since Kane left. Kulusevski is really the one who has
Son
been
is still the owner of the left wing.
Even Son himself, there's been a lot of speculation about him possibly leaving because the Europa final, he didn't even start, which tells you about how much his importance to the squad has dwindled. So Kulusevski, when he's fit, he's been the go-to guy most of the time in the attack. Maddison too, again, similar situation. He also has his injury problems. But when he's fit, he also records very high production numbers. So again, it might be a problem if those two players are fit and in form for Kudus to shift them, because in the end, you're the one going there, you're the new player, you're the one who has to shift them out of their position. So it's harder to be the person trying to shift the person out of their position than the person who is just trying to hold on to his position, because at least you know what you're getting from this person. And then also, we are also leaving out Brennan Johnson, who scored the winning goal in the Tottenham.
And not just Brennan Johnson, there's also Wilson Odobert, two there.
that one they are not sure
You
say
ma-
it will be problem for
see
Kudus.
you
But
you 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 see again, and it's not because Kudus isn't better. It's because Odobe is already there. They have also
okay,
Matthews Tell, who they've signed on a permanent, or I think they've completed that
yeah,
permanent
but he's going
signing.
to be on the left.
So then on the left, you have Son, Tell, Odobe. On the
I
right,
don't
you
even
have
want to consider him for the left because if he plays on the left, it means he's just going to have another tough time over there, just like a second season at West Ham.
Mhm.
So
So then
the
that
more of the
means that
focus is on the center and the right.
either he plays as a central midfielder or as a right attacking midfielder in the right pocket space, right? And look, again, I back
Also,
Kudus to be fantastic against anybody. And it's not because I'm a Ghanaian. It's because Kudus is a supreme talent. And when he puts his mind to it, he can do some very special things with the football at his feet, right? At the moment, I can't name 3 people in Tottenham that I can say, realistically, that with the ball at their feet, they can do magical things than Kudus can. But again, it is, you have come into a new club who with already established players in these positions, with a new manager. Yes, maybe that might be his saving grace. It's a new manager, and he's now about to teach the whole group his way of how he wants to play. And so based on that, Kudus might be able to impress and nick a place ahead of these people we've mentioned. But if it's a level playing field and everybody's performing well, it's a bit tough, right? It's a bit tough.
also, Also, one thing that we also need to consider is, like you're saying, it's a new manager, and Thomas Frank has been playing a three-back system similar to Amorim as Brentford. So last season, he was pairing a lot of times. We were pairing in Buemo and Wissa up front as a front two, with Buemo playing a little bit withdrawn from like
The front.
Wissa.
So
But
it's
basically, it's like a
kind of
front
like
two.
a front two, but with Mboma a bit behind. So like a
Yes.
supporting striker role.
So that one can even make it more complicated for Kudus because suddenly that's not exactly his natural position. It's more adjustments for him. Probably, if anything, then he would have to play through the middle. So, like that one too is also another factor to be considered. But that is assuming Thomas Frank is another Ruben Amorim who that refuses to adapt.
I don't think so. He's if you watch his team, even the Brentford team, since he took over till he left this summer, they don't play exactly the same way every year. Every year there's a
Yeah,
little tweak, there's a little change to the system. There's a little, like in the first season he was playing Tony up top, and then he was
yeah.
having high flying wingers who were doing and who were running, doing off the ball runs off Tony. So they were coming into the half space, and then just Tony comes in, checks the ball, spins it, and passes it, and they are going to get the ball. That was Visa and Mbuemo. When they sold Tony and I think they got this class, whatever his name is, guy, to he changed it up a little. The last season he played this front two of Wisa and Mbuemo. So definitely I trust that Thomas Frank will play according to the players he has and the tactics that will help them flourish and do well and bring to fruition his idea of football. My only worry is not in Kudus' ability. It is whether or not he will become somebody the manager loves or somebody that Thomas Frank will look at and say, that's my guy. Because if they had signed Kudus and he had played maybe 2, 3, 4 preseason games before they started going after Morgan Gibbs White, I'll say, okay, fair enough. Maybe they need more. The manager has realized he needs more. But they signed him, and then like 24 or 48 hours later, we all had they've almost completed the signing of Morgan Gibbs White, which because of that, they've now taken them to man, I can be fucking guy. Them go cut. Say, how did you know about it? You will tell us today how you got to know about the release clause. The offer you made is too close to the release clause. It's too close. It's too close. You go tell me today.
Inside that trade.
Is that actually so? Because of that, that guy said he go preseason for Nottingham. He do like he don't be in them sign and finish with them and tell us he they go do medicals the next day. He report to duty but for Nottingham. You know they want trouble, right? And maybe the saving grace is that move doesn't pan out, right? And Gibbs White stays at Nottingham, and then that's one less competition for Kudus, and then he gets to cement his position. But these are like you are playing against the people that won the Europa League. I know I'm not a big fan of Tottenham and whatever, but there's such a level of cult following that they've built. They will never forget them. They are the guys that won us a European trophy. Wow. Do you think they are forgetting them so easily and saying, "Oh, because of Mokudu's trash, Kulusevski or trash, Brendan Johnson or whatever"? No, and those players do want to are coming into this season with renewed hope, renewed vigor to stake their claim and say, "Yeah, we are really here. We are the ones who did it." So it's going to be a very tough season for Mokudus. For Ghana's sake, for the purposes of our World Cup qualification and progress as a nation, I really do hope that he's able to take it up, do what we know he can, and cement his name as one of the first names on the team sheet of Thomas Frank. If Thomas Frank loves you, right, you will play. If he loves you, if you be a boy, forget. If you the full self, you go play. So he has this.
Play safe.
You go play safe. We go beg and say, Thomas, please, Thomas. You know. So my hope is that in this period where he's going for training and everything and embedding himself into the club and saying, "Oh, if you check my heart, you see Tottenham there." Yeah, all of this is nice for the sound bites, but the play is the ground I'm running from. When Thomas says, "Let's run," he must give 100%. Right? He must give 100%. He must take on board Thomas's instruction and execute it to the highest possible level. He must come to that training pitch and everybody must know that Ghana's star boy has arrived. And it's not going to be a dog walk for anybody to come into the starting 11. Because Tottenham are not the kind of team that you can just walk into and say, well, because I'm a 60 million or 55 million pound signing, I'm starting. Bro, boy. Because Brendan Johnson is also 50 million. So,
and I think also another thing that might work against him is the fact that he wasn't their first choice. Because obviously Mbeumo was their first choice. And then from Mbeumo, they actually moved to Antoine Semenyo before the Kudus deal just came up and they realized that West Ham were willing to drop their demand. So I don't know whether that one might play a major factor in anything, but it's just something also to be considered. But again, back to the debate we had back when Kudus joined West Ham. We had a huge debate on this podcast about whether it was the right decision for him, because at the time Brighton were also heavily interested. So we're actually
I think they had agreed a deal, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're actually
agreed
debating
a deal before
whether
West Ham came in.
Yes. So we're debating whether Brighton would have been a better move for him than West Ham. And I think a lot of us were actually leaning towards a Brighton move for him. So now, can we say that that's actually the move he should have made? Do you think, considering Brighton's track record with developing young players and moving them on to bigger clubs, particularly Chelsea, can we say that then they enter the mine inside, go find some gold and things. Galamsey boys, they go find the gold and they go polish them, then sell them to Chelsea for them to buy them.
Then they cook some boy big give we Baleba. Next year we go take one a boy. Make
Baleba,
it just
be you know, you pay you don't want them. So what's hold on,
bro?
Yeah, if we finish the layoff on our staff and things, you know, go see we for the market.
First of all, you then in Wemo they look. Do you know how? Sorry, I digress.
Cancel on Wi-Fi subscription first. Then you go see something. We go show you something.
See, do you know how crazy it is that you guys started? Like we got Man United are closing on Mbeumo when Chelsea and Mike Mignon were doing negotiation. In that period, Chelsea have signed Delap, Joao Pedro, Tottenham have signed Kudus. What be the name? Arsenal.
We get the idea.
Arsenal have signed Zubimendi. They've finished Norgard. They've signed or they've agreed a deal for Victor Gyökeres. They've signed Noni Madueke. They've signed Arsenal to them sign players. Mascara or whatever in name be.
God's time is the best.
AC Milan. Do you know how crazy it is? AC Milan have signed Modric.
So, in summary,
Real Madrid have signed what we did Trent and even got a
We get
new
that idea.
coach.
So in summary, yes, we all wish Kudus the best. We are hoping that Charlie,
Wait, wait,
for
wait,
the
wait,
sake
wait.
of
But
Ghana.
let me give a comment. I still think that West Ham move was good for him in the grand scheme of things. Look, let's look at that Brighton right hand side, right attacking midfielder space, and how many players they've turned over in this period. They
Because
had
none of them are as
Bonanotti.
talented as Kudus.
Sorry.
None of them are as talented as Kudus. Adingra and things.
Well, they have Adingra. They have what's that guy that played last season?
Adingra said then sell him to Sunderland now.
Yeah, but they had some other guy, not just Adingra. There was another guy.
And Siso.
No, is Adingra the guy from Burkina?
Adingra I think Ivorian or something.
Yeah, but they had another guy there, another African, Yankuba Minte. If we hear they talk about Brighton, have had Minte. They've had this guy Solomon Adingra. They've had Siso, Joao Pedro. They've had what's the Japanese guy's name?
Mitoma. Mitoma is a left winger.
Look, I'm just looking across because Brighton, they don't necessarily, they sometimes play a very fluid front line. So people move around and all of that. And I wondered to myself, one at the time, the coach that really wanted him was, what's his name? What's this guy's name that he's going to? Brighton's former coach, De Zerbi. And now that he has, and De Zerbi left, what was the guarantees that coach, the new coach that has come, the Herzler, whatever his name is, would have kept him and played him where he wanted to play? Do you understand? Because he also brought his own ideas and they played a bit differently last season. So at the end of the day, I don't know if Brighton would have worked. It's a matter of we all don't know. All we know is that he went to West Ham. In his first year, he balled out. Last season was very poor in terms of numbers, in terms of goals and assists. But still, he still did more kudos, highest percentage of dribbling across the league. You know, he created chances and all of that. He just didn't shine as much as we know he can. And that is the standard. It's because we have him at that standard. Big players sometimes have off seasons, and it's perfectly fine. I will not be surprised at all if this season starts and he explodes once again. What he has to now do is to perform consistently across 38 games in the season in the Premier League, do well in the Champions League, which is something that he's done before. I want him to play in Tottenham in a way that when you think Tottenham, the first player I think about is Mo Kudus, best player in that team, undoubted, right? And that's what I wish for him because he's our only star boy we've got, right? He's the only star player that we've got. He and Semenyo, right now, Semenyo has decided to hitch his camp with Bournemouth. That's perfectly fine. I think it's a very good deal for him. But at the end of the day, Kudus has gone to Tottenham, and I hope for his own sake that he does really well over there because it will be a big shame for a player of his stature to also now come here and he's not performing, and 1 year from now, he's probably looking for like some low move somewhere else so he can get playing time and all those things. It will make me really, really, really sad. It'll make me really, really sad.
So in summary, we wish Kudus all the best at Tottenham.
Yeah.
That's the one player who, when he's moving to a club that we don't support, we wish him the best because Charlie, his success is our success. So anyway, we've come to the end of this episode. If you haven't done this already, follow our social media pages: Twitter, Instagram, ATW Podcast DCR, TikTok After the Whistle, YouTube After the Whistle Podcast. Remember to leave a comment, give us feedback on our episodes so we know what we are doing right, what we are doing wrong. If there's any controversial thing we've said that you feel like you want to comment on, just feel free to talk about it. Last week, the Chelsea fans decided to say they go come do my top on TikTok because they say me I be Chelsea hater. I just express the feelings. I just express the feelings of every righteous and every football purist. Anybody who loves a beautiful game, they share the opinions that I have. So if you don't share my opinions, that's one to you. So me, I don't have much to say about that. So the Chelsea fans, you can keep ranting in the TikTok comments. No my concern.
We are world champions. We don't dabble with people that are not even close to us.
We've come to the end of this episode. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, ATW dominates the conversation.
Shout out to Chelsea fans.